everyone, my name is Chanel. Welcome to my channel. Today I just created this look. This is my spring summer look. I started playing with some terracotta colors, some sparkle, a pop of color. It's very bronzy, glowy skin. I just feel like I'll be wearing this a lot come spring and summer. Many of my clients have requested using some pops of color in their everyday makeup routine that isn't overwhelming or just a little too much. So I feel like this is a very wearable way to wear color. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I already did my brows off camera because I didn't want to bore you, and I did some tinted moisturizer on the face after my skincare, but I am going to go in and kind of give myself a little more coverage and a little more of a flawless face. So to do that, I'm just going to grab my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm in the color Vienna, and I'm loving this lately. It's kind of in between a matte and a luminous foundation, so it's really good for dry skin, but the coverage is so good. It's really high and it doesn't make me look cakey at all. I use the tiniest bit all over the face and it gives amazing coverage. So I'm just going to dot that around the face, just all over really, and start buffing it in. This is the Morphe Y6 brush. Any good buffing brush will do. This one just happens to be really affordable and it does the job really well. I'm in natural lighting right now, so I feel like I look totally like a ghost. I'm looking in the monitor right now and I'm like, I look so white. We'll just work with it. We'll just work with the lighting we got today. For under the eye, I'm just going to take the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. Just like a staple. I feel like most people have tried this. It's tried and true. I'm running out, so that's great. But I kind of just take it in an upside down triangle underneath the eye. And I'm going to put some on the eyelid as well to create a nice little base for my eyeshadow. Before I blend that all in, I'm going to spray my face with the Mario Badescu spray. This is the one in aloe, cucumber, and green tea. This smells so good. It gives the skin hydration, and it's just really nice to blend everything in. And then I'm taking a blending sponge. This one's by Real Techniques. And just start blending. I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and while we do, I'm going to get started on the eye makeup. Okay, so to get started on the eye look, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I'm sure you've seen this many times. It just has a really good range of color to work with. Lots of warm tones, lots of really pretty looks you can create with this. I think it should be a staple in everyone's makeup collection. Anyways, I'm going to grab just a big fluffy blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics one in 101, and I'm going to go into Golden Ochre for a transition color. And just blend that from the outer to the inner corner. Does anyone else have an eye, like a favorite eye? Like a favorite eyebrow too? I have a favorite eyebrow and I have a favorite eye. And this is not my favorite eye. This is the one that eyeshadow will refuse to blend on one part of it. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but it's always like one side of your face that does something janky. So transition color is done. Taking the same brush, I'm just going to pop that into Burnt Orange. And this is just going to darken up that crease. I'm not going to take it as high as the transition color. I'm going to take it a little lower than that. Maybe we can start getting that warmth into the eye. And again, just going from outer corner to inner corner with a very light hand. And as you can see, that just darkened up that crease, gave us a little more warmth. Okay, so for the third color, we're gonna go into my Natasha Denona palette. This is one of the holiday palettes. It's the Holiday Eyeshadow Palette 5. It just has this really pretty, it's called Burnt Terracotta shade, and I'm obsessed with these oranges right now for spring and summer. I think they're so pretty. This is on the darker side, but we're just gonna pop this in the outer corner and really make this pop a little bit more. I'm taking the Anastasia brush. Now this is the brush that comes in those little palettes, and it's actually a really good brush. It's double-ended, and I love it for a little more precision. So I just dip right in there. This is very pigmented, so a little goes a long way, so just be careful. I'm just gonna start by patting that into the outside corner. Then once we have that color down, I'm going to start blending it in. Not too far in. I want this to really be stay on the outer part of the eye, so we get that cat eye effect. And going back to that first brush we used, just the big fluffy brush, and there's probably still a little bit of eyeshadow on that, but it's lighter than the color we just put down, so that's okay. And I'm going to use that to kind of buff out the edges. Okay, so I'm liking that, but for some extra oomph, just with a little more, I want a little more orangey in this, just a little bit more. So I'm going to go into that Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to pick up the color called Realgar. It's the orangiest color in the palette, and I'm going to pick that up on that Anastasia brush and just dip into it a little bit, and I'm kind of just going to go back in that outer corner and just blend it with everything else. Just gonna add a little more, just a little more of a pop of color there. As if we haven't blended enough, we're gonna go in with a clean fluffy brush. I'm gonna take this one by Lilah B. I think it's the crease brush, and there's nothing on this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and buff all of that work we just did out so that it softens it even more. This is the eye. This is the eye that loves to be patchy. And then I'm going to go into the lightest color in Tempera and the Modern Renaissance palette, and pick up that lightest shade and go right under the brow, right on top of all that blending we just did. And this will open up the eye and clean that upper eyelid up. Now for my favorite part of the eye, we're going to add the sparkle. Back into that Natasha Denona palette. Her sparkles in this palette are so pretty. So I'm actually going to take a synthetic flat brush like this and spray it, get it wet, and just go into that color. And I'm going to focus this on the middle of the eyelid. It's just so pretty. I'm also gonna, because I want even more sparkle, I'm gonna go into like this, the rose gold one. It's kind of rose gold, and add that right on top. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. So it just makes the eye look almost wet, those two colors together. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. So just dip into that color and go to town. And I like these because they don't look like you just put a bunch of glitter on your eye. It just glistens in the light. It catches the light so pretty. Every time I wear this, people go, "What is on your eye? That looks amazing." Thanks, I know. Okay, so for eyeliner, you could pop on a really thick wing with this, and it would look like amazing, but I'm going to keep it more simple. I'm just going to go into this NYX liner. It's in the color Onyx, which is kind of like a teal gray color, which I thought would be really, really cool with this look. So I'm going to take a brush, this eyeliner brush, just a really teeny brush, and this is super soft and gel-like, so you can get a lot of color like right off of the pencil. You obviously need to sharpen this, but it's okay, you can dig right in. And I'm going to keep this as close to the lash line as I can. So it's super simple. It just kind of thickens the lash line. It adds a little bit of color. It makes it really wearable. This could be like your day glam look. And then if you want to transition it tonight, like I said, just pop on some lashes or like a black wing. That would be beautiful. Okay, so with that same eyeliner, I'm going to pop that into my lower waterline. And I'm going to kind of smudge it into that bottom lash line as well. A little blending brush. This is the opposite end of the Anastasia brush. Just something small like this. I can really get into that lash line. I'm going to buff that out so that the color starts to come below the lash line and get a little bit smoky. For any disruptions we made by touching our under eye, I just like to go in with that same beauty blender we used before. And just kind of soften everything around the work we just did. Before I do the rest of the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and put some bronzer on so I don't look like a ghost anymore. To do that, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is so good, and it smells like coconut. It smells like vacation. I like using a big fluffy soft brush for bronzer. I just feel like it does so much work for me. It makes it so fast. And just start middle of the cheekbone, and then I bring it up the perimeter of the face. So I bring it up the side, the tops of the forehead, and as you can see, I bronze absolutely everywhere. I don't feel good, I don't feel right until I have my bronzer on. Now we're going to go into blush, and I'm going to use the Tarte Quirky blush. Just go in with a fluffy brush. Now for highlighter, I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. It's only like $5. It's super smooth. It just has a really pretty sheen. It's not glittery at all. It's not chunky. It's so pretty. I'm gonna take whatever's left on my brush and pop it on the tip of the nose and right in the middle of the bridge here. So now for lips, I'm gonna keep it really simple because I want it to be all about the eyes. I'm just gonna do like a glossy nude lip. Okay, so to line my lips, I'm gonna use the NYX lip liner in Peekaboo Neutral. And then I'm going to mix two glosses together. They're by Clarins. They're called the Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector. One's in number 6 and one's in number 5. These smell so good. These smell like cake. They're super hydrating. They're not sticky whatsoever, and they're really glossy. So I'm loving these. I'm going to go in with my setting spray, the Lilah Aglow Face Mist. So I'm going to go ahead and spray that. So for mascara, I'm going to use my tried and true L'Oreal Telescopic. I don't have to keep building it up and building it up. It kind of just does it in one go. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys liked it. I'm really loving the way it turned out. I'm loving the orangey shades with the teal. Just a little pop of color for spring and summer is so nice. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos, and thank you so much for watching.